Alright guys, I got a question about LPNs and RNs and reporting and tasks and things like that. I feel like the question was actually more related to management, so I'm going to do my very best to answer this question. One part of the question was, how do LPNs and RNs do in reporting? It really doesn't matter how you report to each other. It's more of like a personality thing. I know how you report, you know how I report, and we're going to answer each other's questions in that sort of way. If you know someone likes all of the information, or you know someone doesn't like all the information, it does not matter their title. You're going to report to them how they like to do things or how you like to do things. It's not a title thing as far as reporting goes. It's more of a personally thing. I personally don't like this way, and I personally do like that way. It doesn't matter LPN RN. But as far as management goes, or as far as the charge nurse goes, however it may be, this is where you start getting into differences between LPNs and RNs and how each other are treated. Now, your charge nurses, your base level managers, your managers who are just over the floor nurses, that is not going to be a difference at all. If your charge nurse likes you or if your charge nurse doesn't like you, is going to affect you more than your title as LPN or RN or LVN. I should include LVNs, as there are some out there. Yes, there are. With your base level manager, I say base level, your next step up from floor nurse, charge nurse, directing nurse, whatever you want to call them, not your DON, but your, charge nurse or whatever, your unit leader. It really just matters if they do or do not like you, as to if there is a difference into what you're given as far as task and whatnot. If you have a charge nurse if you're an MSN, master's degree nurse, and you have a charge nurse that absolutely hates you, and then there's an LPN that the charge nurse just absolutely finds the greatest person imaginable, you're going to get crap assignments, and that LPN's going to get good assignments simply because you are not liked. Now, I will say most managers I have worked for or under don't do this. They do very, very good not to pick favorites. So there's no difference in LPN or RN with your base level charge nurse sort of director nurses. Where you do start getting into differences are the next sort of level of managers. The managers who don't actually see you, they exist. That they're not necessarily your CEOs or COOs or whatever your SOOs are. Not really those people, but the people that's maybe on the board, or maybe like the house supervisor or the director of nursing, or whatever it may be. The people who you are a number to, you're not really a name to. That is where you're going to find your LPN RN differences in management. These are the people that sort of come up with the policies. They'll say 1 year LPNs can do every single thing an RN can do. And then the next year, even though your state licenses don't change or whatever, maybe for whatever reason they find a loophole and they can charge more for this task if an RN does it. They're the ones that say, LPNs, you're no longer allowed to do a Foley catheter anymore. It has to be done by an RN because we get paid, $5 more when an RN does it, or whatever it may be. That's where your differences start to lie. The people that just don't even see you as a nurse, they see you as a number. We have 13 LPNs and 14 RNs. Well, we make more when our 14 RNs are on the floor. We want them to be on the best, whatever it may be, the best assignments there is. Give the LPNs the terrible assignments with not much med pass and not much skill and things like that, simply because we don't make enough money when they're there. That's where you really see your differences. On the floor, there's no differences. You're in there as a nurse with the nurses. The RNs and LPNs, they interact as they should as a team, and they don't really change anything, and they work well together. It's the personalities that are affected. Then you have your next level management, your floor, your charge nurses and whatnot. They interact, RNs, LPNs, the same. They're not going to play any differences. They're not going to play any favorites. Reporting is done the same way, no matter what. You report to and from each other depending upon how you like that individual or how you know how to talk to that individual. It's not related to your title at all. But like I said, it's the next level managers, the sort of, maybe not even the house supervisors or the directors of nursing, maybe like the regional directors or regional directors. I don't know. I don't really know their exact title, because DONs or house supervisors have the potential to know who you are, who they can count on, who they can call, who they can report to. But it's like the people that you only see like once a year or something like that, and you're on your best behavior when you see them and they just don't remember who you are. That's the people. Those are the people that the LPN RN becomes different to. And I can't even think of a title to one of them at the moment in time. This moment in time, regional director, I guess, would be the best one that I can think of. But those are the people that change things for the LPNs and the RNs, and it's and that's sort of where the negativity sort of comes from at times, because now all of a sudden LPNs were doing all the same tasks that RNs were doing, and the regional director, I keep saying regional director, I don't really know their title. The regional director says, no, only RNs can do this. And now the RNs start getting spiteful to the LPNs because now we're out of the task and they're in the task, and now they're in this task and we're in that task, and whatever it may be. And you start seeing, oh, I used to do Foley catheters, but now I can't anymore because our policy changed or whatever. You have to be an RN to do a Foley catheter, and come to find out it was because you get charged $5 more or something. But, for the most part, no, the nurses do not change. The nurses they're not ugly to each other, no matter the title. It all depends on the personality. It doesn't matter what their title may or may not be. But I hope that answered the question. I'm not sure if it did or did not. But let me know if it did. Let me know if it didn't. Ask another question. If you like this video, check this one out over here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe over there. Hope it helps. Thank you much.